If you're watching this video, then you most likely received your spiritual awakening through narcissistic abuse. If not through narcissistic abuse, then it could be something like via a near-death experience, or maybe grief. Maybe you lost a family member, a spouse, etc. A spiritual awakening is also called an ego death or the dark night of the soul. It is a call to higher consciousness. It is a call to connect to spirit. Hence, it puts you in a deeper mental state. So you can think of this as awakening from a deep sleep. The process of spiritual awakening brings about personal transformation and a shift in one's worldview. Oftentimes, it is a complete overhaul of your mental framework. I did a previous video titled 5 Shocking Signs of a Spiritual Awakening, and I'll tag that here. However, in today's video, I wanted to answer a subscriber comment, and Chosen to Bear Fruit asks, how do you know the awakening is complete? Can you go back to sleep after an awakening, or are you awake forever? This is a really good question, as we can use this question to further delve deeper into this topic and we all can learn. Now, when it comes to your spiritual awakening, you may have like one big awakening after something like narcissistic abuse, but normally have multiple little awakenings over time. Hence, spiritual awakening is more so a process than an end goal. And I can give you an example from my personal life. For example, there's the awakening after narcissistic abuse, but then after that, then you see all the toxic people that are around, including those people that could be your friends or even in your family system. And with that said, you have to go in and cut some people off, create boundaries with other people and so on. You never stop growing, so you never stop learning. So you will have other awakenings, but they may not be to the same degree as the major one that came from narcissistic abuse. Additionally, after narcissistic abuse, narcissists don't just vanish. You will see them around. However, you will know because you are awakened to their behavior. And again, this is if you took the proper steps to heal yourself from narcissistic abuse. So you'll be able to spot them coming from a mile away. You shouldn't be going through a narcissistic relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship. If you're going through this, then this means that there is something that you have not learned. So, can you go back to sleep after an awakening? This would be on an individual level. If for whatever the reason you do not listen to your intuition and stay in a narcissistic toxic entanglement, understand that when it comes to narcissistic abuse, you will only get entangled with pathological narcissists if your vibration is low. Hence, it is important that you master your energy. This is why you always hear me state that you need to get the courage to walk away and stay away. When I say that narcissists are people that are stuck in the third dimension because they are based in their shame and they're unable to move past their pride, or when I talk about victim abuser consciousness, understand that if you are in a relationship, and this could be an intimate relationship, close parental relationship, boss, coworker, etc. If you are in an entanglement with a pathological narcissist, then in that particular scenario, then you're also in victim abuser consciousness. In this scenario, if the narcissist is the abuser, then you would be the victim. It is when you get the courage to walk away and stay away that you become a survivor. And this is why you hear me say that chosen ones, empathetic, kind people, light workers, starseeds, etc., you have no business being in the third dimension. The only thing that will happen if you get stuck in the third dimension. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel anger or you shouldn't feel pride every now and then. but we're talking about being stuck at a low vibration. If you get stuck at a low vibration, if you lower your standards, if you drop your guard, then what you find in the third dimension are abusers. You'll find narcissists, you'll find narcopaths, sociopaths, the antisocials, etc. And what is going to happen when you're down here because you have passed the required threshold is that your life will be drained out of you. And understand that you are the life force. You are the life, you are source, you are source energy. And this is why a narcissist and these toxic personalities need so many different sources of supply. What they do is they go around and try to plug into various people to drain the life out of them. So while you have the ability to leave the third dimension, they are stuck in the third dimension because they are unable to move past their pride. So pathological narcissists are filled with pride, meaning that they do not see anything wrong with their behavior. And because of this toxic mindset, then they have the inability to ascend. And pride cometh before the fall. So what's going to happen with pathological narcissists is they're going to fall back down to shame. And you have been dealing with someone that has been stuck in a shame pride cycle long before you even came into the picture. They don't want to go through their dark night of the soul. They don't want to face their ego death. Who is a pathological narcissist? Someone that lives through their ego. They're living through their false self instead of connecting to spirit. Pierre de Chardin wisely stated that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Pathological narcissists are ego beings having a physical experience. It doesn't make a lot of sense because understand that the ego is a mind-made construct. It really is a figment of their imagination. And this is why you really cannot get to know a narcissist because they don't exist. They are pretending to be something that they are not. The ego is the mask. The ego is what they use to deceive other people. And this is why pathological narcissists are prone to narcissistic injuries. Because a narcissistic injury is when a narcissist perceives a threat, whether real or imagined, that goes against their grandiose false self. They want others to boost their ego, and when you don't boost their ego, they get upset with you. So you won't go back to sleep after your awakening if you continue to listen to your intuition and you continue to grow and you continue to ascend. So we are all here to reach our enlightenment. And think of enlightenment as your Buddha consciousness, Christ consciousness, Yah, Jah, Allah consciousness, and so on. So you're here to reach your highest potential, your highest vibration, the highest level possible. And if we take this from the level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, then you're here to reach self-actualization. And when it comes to pathological narcissists, they really aren't ascending. They are descending. They are regressing because they're not progressing. When it comes to narcissists, there's not much of a self to actualize because in their childhood years, their true self, their true spirit was abandoned for a false self. And again, the false self is the mask. It is their ego. In order to have healthy relationships, then we must meet our equals. So we're talking about people in the fourth dimension or higher. These are people that can be held accountable. Additionally, they are people that have love to give. They have compassion to give. They have kindness to give. They are going to be someone that has been working on themselves, similar to how you have also been working on yourself. As always, if you appreciate the content, please give us a like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions or feedback, go ahead and leave that in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video.